Have you ever encountered a frustrating error while coding, only to realize it's something simple? If that's you, then you're in the right place. Today, we're diving into a common JavaScript issue: why the arguments.forEach is not a function error occurs. I totally get it. You write your code and it seems perfect, but then you hit a wall with an error message. You're not alone in this. Many developers face this issue, and it can be quite confusing. Let's look at the specific situation. One user recently shared their code with us. They wrote a function that uses arguments and tried to call forEach on it, but instead they received the error: arguments.forEach is not a function. Sound familiar? Let's break this down. So, what's going on here? The arguments object is not an actual array, it's an array-like object. This means it doesn't have all the methods that arrays do, including forEach. Understanding this distinction is key to solving the problem. And stick around. At the end of this video, I'll share a quick tip on how to convert arguments into a real array so you can use all those handy array methods. To understand why the user is encountering the error, we need to clarify that the arguments object is not an actual array. Instead, it is an array-like object. This means it does not have array methods like forEach. To iterate over the arguments object, the user can convert it into an actual array. This can be done using the array.from method or the spread operator. Once the user has converted arguments into an array, they can then use the forEach method without any issues. This will allow them to log each element as intended. Alternatively, the user can also use a simple for loop or a for-of loop to iterate over the arguments object without converting it. Fun fact: did you know that JavaScript was created in just 10 days? It's amazing how something so powerful came together so quickly, but it also means we sometimes run into quirks like this. Now let's look at the answers provided by other users. Another user points out that the arguments object is not a true array, which is why forEach doesn't work. They suggest using array.from or the spread operator to convert arguments into a real array. Here's a working example. First, convert arguments to an array, then use forEach to log each element. That's the end of that answer. Let's see another perspective. This user clarifies that while the arguments object may seem like an array, it actually isn't. They demonstrate this by showing that the arguments object is an array-like object, not a true array. Here's that quick tip I promised. Always remember to convert arguments to an array if you want to use array methods. This small step can save you a lot of headaches in the future. And there you have it. You've learned how to handle the arguments.forEach is not a function error. Remember, understanding the difference between array-like objects and arrays is crucial. If you found this helpful, hit that subscribe button for more coding tips and keep coding confidently.